Well, another good morning to you. Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't noticed, we've been stepping up the video content. We used to do Sundays and Wednesdays. I've been putting them up just because we're getting towards the end of the build and I've got so much content to put out. I've been putting them up like every 2 days. So July 24th, 26th, 28th, August 1st, August 2nd, August, so we're getting a lot of stuff in here. This project has to be done on August 19th. Actually, August 18th. I have to be on the road on the 19th. Let's get into it. Today, we're doing more woodworking. We're doing these caps, these rails, tow rails. We took a poll on the internet a few weeks ago, put up 3 choices of the type of tow rail we wanted to do, and everyone pretty much chose number 2. That's what we did in the last video. We showed their choice for the design and layout, which I kind of like actually. So we're gonna show a little bit more of that today, more in depth and detail as to what we've been doing behind the scenes. All right, like and subscribe if you like. Otherwise, just enjoy the video. Thanks for coming, thanks for watching. So if you've watched the previous videos, we did the bow breast hook area, we did some infills up there, and we have done the other port side rail, and we're probably about 3/4 of the way down, and now I want to start on this side. And since I have a good plan in place, I'm going to walk you through what I've done on the other side with this side. Okay, here we go. Alright, so the first thing that we did here is these pieces that I brought down here were fingered on this side, which allowed us to put these 2 center pieces up inside. I went ahead and glued and screwed a couple of days ago, so these have hardened up, although they're creaking today, so I don't know what's going on. So the first thing I went ahead and did is I tried to figure out the best curve, just like that, the most aesthetic curve that we could get, covering up the supporting boards on the bottom that we put on previously. I want to have those covered, but we only have 5 pieces of 1/2-inch wood to do this in. So I didn't want to put too much strain in here, as you can hear is what's going on, but I wanted to have something that was pretty fluid. So I put a helper screw in here to get the bend in it, and I also previously laid this out, so I have a scribe line where I need to basically put the glue down in order to glue this first piece onto here where it's going to end, or where it should end if I've got the curve in there correctly. So we're going to go ahead and do that now, show you the process. Again, I put a helper screw here to help with the bend, because so early on I tried to configure a jig to get with the curve and clamping process, but that didn't work out for me. So I just went ahead and used all the clamps that I had and that helper screws to get that bend in there. All right. We'll go ahead and get that smoothed out. So I've got all my clamps placed or created by, if you take your rubber off the end, now you don't want to mar up your wood at all, but it just gives the ability for it to hold better. So I have certain ones for certain jobs. Make sure that's all the way down, right along my scribe mark. My glue's in there. I don't have any excess sticking up that I'll have to sand out before I put the next piece on. So we'll let that cure up for about 30 minutes. I'll leave these clamps on, make sure they're out of the way. I'll take these 4 clamps off, and then I'll start gluing on my next outside pieces. And we'll start building this out and inward. I've got one more piece to put on the inside. That's another piece of mahogany that will go in here. After this fully cures, I'll pull out that set screw, and then we'll keep it going. If the pieces are too long, again, they should match those fingers up there, but as you curve around, you know, obviously the pieces on the outside get shorter, and I want to keep those fingers, those interlocking fingers, for looks and rigidity.